Welcome to Exam Sale. In this video we break down the syllabus for the Cisco Securing Email with Cisco Email Security Appliance Exam 300-720 SISAS so you know exactly what to study. The exam is divided into 6 domains with exact weights. 1.0 Cisco Email Security Appliance Administration 15%, 2.0 Spam Control and Anti-Spam 15%, 3.0 Content and Message Filters 20%, 4.0 LDAP and SMTP Sessions 15%, 5.0 Email Authentication and Encryption 20%, and 6.0 System Administration and Management 15%. Each domain lists focus areas, difficulty, recommended learning hours, and assessment types to guide study priorities. Use these weights to balance hands-on practice and conceptual review across the full syllabus. Domain 1.0 Cisco Email Security Appliance Administration is weighted 15% and focuses on core system setup and mail flow logic, with difficulty medium and an estimated 12 hours of study and hands-on plus conceptual assessment. You will learn the ESA email pipeline and how listeners and routing tables affect mail flow. The syllabus covers host access table policies, recipient access table configuration, and management of virtual gateways and delivery queues. Expect to practice configuring mail flow policies and understanding the differences between public and private listeners. Domain 2.0 Spam Control and Anti-Spam is weighted 15% and focuses on mitigating unsolicited email and malicious payloads, with difficulty medium, about 10 hours of study, and scenario-based assessment. You will configure IronPort Anti-Spam settings and analyze sender base reputation scores to tune protections. The course covers Outbreak Filters for zero-day protection, graymail handling and safe unsubscription, and marketing and social network detection. You will also learn case logic and how to adjust spam thresholds and quarantine settings for operational deployments. Domain 3.0 Content and Message Filters is weighted 20% and focuses on logic-based message handling and deep content inspection, with difficulty hard, about 18 hours of study, and hands-on plus conceptual assessment. You will master message filter processing order, identify filter components and syntax, and configure message filters using the CLI. The domain includes implementing regular expressions, managing processing overhead for complex filters, and applying non-final versus final filter actions. Content filter work covers inbound and outbound design, attachment scanning, URL filtering and reputation lookups, sandbox integration, smart identifiers for DLP, and using trace tools to analyze filter matching. Domain 4.0 LDAP and SMTP Sessions is weighted 15% and focuses on directory integration and protocol level controls, with difficulty medium, estimated 14 hours of study, and hands-on plus conceptual assessment. You will configure LDAP profiles, server connectivity, and LDAP except for recipient validation as well as LDAP routing and masquerading. The syllabus teaches LDAP group queries for policy matching, SMTP authentication via LDAP, and troubleshooting LDAP communication and query syntax. On the SMTP side you will implement destination controls for outbound throttling, bounce verification, session concurrency limits, conversation log analysis, and mail flow policy rate limiting. Domain 5.0 Email Authentication and Encryption is weighted 20% and focuses on verification of sender identity and securing sensitive data, with difficulty hard, about 20 hours of study, and conceptual plus scenario-based assessment. You will configure SPF verification, implement DKIM signing and analyze verification results, and configure DMARC while learning to interpret DMARC reports and policy actions. The encryption section covers TLS configuration, Cisco registered envelope service, envelope encryption profiles, and the basics of SMIME and PGP. You will also configure trigger headers for outbound encryption, manage certificates for secure mail, and set up secure message delivery portals. Domain 6.0 System Administration and Management is weighted 15% and focuses on centralized reporting, monitoring, and cluster scalability, with difficulty medium, an estimated 10 hours of study, and conceptual plus scenario-based assessment. You will configure ESA clusters, synchronization levels, and cluster communication, and learn security management appliance integration. Administrative topics include external authentication, backup and restoration, and monitoring system health with performance alerts. Reporting and message tracking skills cover centralized reporting interpretation, message tracking, log subscriptions, off-box storage, quarantine analysis, and generating executive and operational reports. To finish, this syllabus requires focused hands-on practice and conceptual study across 6 domains with a total estimated learning time of 84 hours. Use the domain weights, practice CLI and GUI labs, and review authentication and filtering concepts to be fully prepared for the 300/720 CISA exam.